So we've got a question here. We're going to try and solve for x. We've got 4 to the power of 8 times x equals 2 to the 24 plus 2 to the 27 over 36. Now 2 to the 24, 2 to the 27, these are really big numbers. So we're going to have to work something out with those numbers. And on the bottom here, 36, I'm not sure where that's going to go at this stage. So we could multiply both sides by 36 to get rid of this fraction, but I'm not sure where that's going to help us at this stage. So what we could do is, as we've got everything in terms of the power of 2 here, let's have a look at what we can get 36 into. So 36 in its prime factorisation, that is 2 squared times 3 squared. So 9 times 4 is 36. So we could rewrite our denominator in that kind of fashion. So now we've got 2 to the 24 plus 2 to the 27 divided by 2 squared times 3 squared. Okay, now 4 to the 8x, just write that back in there. Now we could split the fractions, 2 to the 24 divided by this denominator, which was 36, and 2 to the 27 also divided by this denominator. So split that into 2. That could be a way, but that's just going to lead us down a bit of a dodgy road. It's not really going to get us to the answer. So what I'm thinking is, if we could factor out this numerator, maybe there's something we can do with this 2 squared. So let's go down that route. So we've got 4 to the 8x equals, well, 2 to the 24 is the lowest of the indices. So if I write that first, 2 to the 24, and then factoring that out, I'm left with a 1 because I've got 2 to the 24 here. And this term here, 2 to the 24 times 2 cubed will give me 2 to the 27. So now I write 2 cubed. Then in my denominator, I've still got my 2 squared times 3 squared. Okay, so now I've got it all nice and compact now in my fraction. So what I can do now, I've got 2 squared and 2 to the 24. I can certainly do something with 2 squared and 2 to the 24. That would reduce down to 2 to the 22. So by my indices laws, that will become a 1. Sorry, that will disappear, that'll become a 0. And then this one here will become 22. So subtract 2 from each of these indices laws. That's a valid manoeuvre. So I can do that. And then 4 to the 8x, well, I can rewrite this as 4 to the 8x. That equals 2 to the 8x. And as 4 is 2 squared, I just have to square this again. So just squaring that. Okay, so now let's continue with this, with our calculations. So now 2 to the 8x. Now if I square that, all I do now is double my 8. So now I'm going to put 16x as my power. Here I've got 2 to the 22. And then 1 plus 2 cubed, well, I can calculate that. 2 cubed is 8, 8 plus 1 is 9. So that will take care of that. And then 3 squared is all I've got left on the bottom. This is reduced to a 1. So I've got 9 on my denominator as well. And that's now looking good. My 9s can now cancel out. So that's all good. So now 2 to the 16x, that equals 2 to the 22. Okay, well, 2 to the 16x equals 2 to the 22. Now, if we said that 2 squared equals 2 to the x, we can just say that x equals 2. So these terms here, the 2's, can disappear. So we can do the same here. So 16x equals 22. So x equals 22 over 16. So simplifying that off, my x equals 11 over 8. And that's my answer, solving for x.